Regarding increased audiences and the evolution of these programs, you when you have a variety of programs, in some cases the programs can serve large numbers of people, and some cases, if you really do want to be diverse, you're going to have smaller programs. So something like shared traditions, you can have things that are the actual program itself. If you're working with 20 immigrant and refugee adult English language learners, that group, 20 at a time for a period of 9 weeks, that's limited. Those are that same number of people that you meet with, but you meet with them week after week, and so that's building a very strong connection with them, but it's not necessarily an expansive audience. We did have we had programs that were tied to that, which helped to bring in more people, but it's not necessarily was that the goal really was to make that program and their experience, the 20 students at a time, as that was the primary focus. And so that's a smallish audience. There are other programs that you do where you're interested in getting larger numbers, and so you host, for example, we had the opportunity to host be a location for the traveling of the Emancipation Proclamation, which is actually in the New York State. It's Lincoln's handwritten copy that's in the New York State Museum, and it was traveling around the state a few years ago, and we were able to host that. That was a huge audience, and not surprisingly, it wasn't specifically about art. It was about history, and that's always a bigger draw. That's why our Shadow of the Sphinx was a very successful exhibition, because it was ancient Egypt. So art isn't necessarily the subject that, if you want to have really huge audiences, that you will get it, and it's important to have the variety, I think, and to be able to serve and that's the way that you serve a variety of audiences too, is not necessarily always going for the big numbers.